Do you think that because I am poor, obscure, plain and little, that I am soulless and heartless? I have as much soul as you and full as much heart, and if God had blessed me with beauty and wealth, I could make it as hard for you to leave me as it is for I to leave you.
Jane Eyre is one of the most familiar stories of all time, and Bronte's title character is played in this case by Wasikowska, and Michael Fassbinder plays Rochester. The story involves honor and loneliness, and I wanted to talk to both of them about those things.
Particularly because of the time. I feel like in that time there was such a way that things were done, there was such a formula and such a, like steps that were not unspoken but were the way that things happen. And I think what's really good about Jane is that she's sort of taken her own path to finding these things and sort of, has along the way kept a real sense of self and integrity and respect for her.
What is the most honorable thing to do? Where do you go to find out what is right for you? That's what she had to decide.
Yeah, well, I think also when she leaves Rochester, that's such a big step for her because, she knows that that's what she needs to do. She needs to, she will respect herself more if she takes herself out of that situation and fulfills herself as an individual first before returning to him and in a way is rewarded.
Honor, in many ways, was everything to the principals in this story.
That's the interesting thing about Rochester, because his life from a young man was sort of arranged for him. He was to go to Jamaica to marry into land ownership there, which would increase the sort of family wealth. And that idea of, linking family fortunes together to sort of maintain their aristocratic society, if you like.
The other thing is the loneliness.
That's the thing with Rochester. He's uncomfortable with people. He can sort of put on a certain level of charm, but he doesn't have a lot of trust in people, and he doesn't really like that many people. And he doesn't allow himself to like that many people because he got burnt so young, and that sort of forces him into this sort of shell. And then he meets Jane, and she sort of starts to unravel that.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
I'm Patrick Stoner.
Jane, of whom do you think I speak?
Of Miss Ingram.
I'm asking what Jane Eyre would do to secure my happiness.
I would do anything for you, sir.
Flicks with Patrick Stoner explores the craft of filmmaking that is aired on public television stations and enhances our culture in this community and around the country.